Welcome back to AI War Fleet Command. It's time to get that wonderful Exo-Wave attack underway. It is not in our list over here because it's already been generated. Let's take a look what we've done in between, first of all. Now, there's a couple interesting things. About half of them I've killed, but if we look here in Utapau, yes, they have a wonderful group of snipers. So the AI is starting to use snipers against us. And they came into one of their waves, and then I had to hastily get anti-sniper, counter-sniper turrets up. And then we had this rather amusing thing as it rebuilt the stuff that the snipers had destroyed. A sniper versus sniper battle, because my sniper turrets were gradually wearing them down until they realized, hey, this isn't working, let's run away now. So we'll eventually get rid of those. Then I also decided to go on one more raid up to Frizenzen. I did in fact clear that out. But also, in sort of an amusing testament to how strong our fleet is getting, I accidentally destroyed a fortress for the first time ever. Here in Medea, to get through into Benegane, I had to come through this, and then there was another fortress right in here. So it was a really rough area to get through, and I lost ships going through. Not a lot, but it was sort of unavoidable. But the firing on the way in there and on the way back, yeah, I destroyed the secondary fortress here. And I also tracked the movement of the Exo-Waves, and one of them actually pathed through Papagena on its way through, but it didn't care. It just kept right on rolling. The first group is right in here. It's about to hit us. But they apparently only care about the homeworld, which really helps me in terms of defending against whatever it is that they're going to do. And it's also very helpful that the ones that generate, this has been pretty consistent on both of them so far, the ones that generate from the red AI take longer to get here than the ones that generate from the blue AI. So it's split up. If they were arriving about the same time, this would be a lot tougher. So there's definitely some favorable things in that regard. In any case, you know, I've got everything as upgraded as it can be in here. I've got my Dyson Gatlings in place. Probably move them a little bit further forward in a minute. I got my big fleet, of course, all my ships amassed here. And then I added more grav turrets. So that's what I've done by the way of preparation. And let's just see how this rolls. We're already over 10 hours in. And here they come. So I'm just going to sit myself right here. And let's move... Hold on. Wrong key code. Let's just move these Dyson Gatlings in a bit. And let's move forward just a little. Alright, now they're starting to blow up. And of course, I thought about like doing the ship rebuilding in another planet so the engineers weren't as busy. But that actually, see, we just barely got them, and now here comes the second one. And let's see, we've got 3, 10, 16, 20. 20 of them about for each wave is what we've hit. And these ships like to keep flying off. I may actually in the future turn off the auto-kiting for this type of fight. But I think there was about 16 each for the first one. There's like 20 each for this one. You can see they got obviously some translocator stuff knocking our ships all over the place. But if I built the, replacement ships elsewhere, it really wouldn't do me any good because they would have a 2-minute delay once they popped in here with the warp gates. And by that time, this is all going to be over. I think my best bet is still just to concentrate as much as I can right in their way. Because that seems to be the only thing that makes them, back off or not just push through is a concentrated ball of fun right in their way. And so far, we're holding it off all right. All right, so we did take some damage. Let's see how bad it got. And I put up a third force field. Yeah, they didn't get through nearly as much. So this was not as bad as the first time. We didn't even lose any Dysons. Had a couple of them just took minor damage. So all of that is good. I really, couldn't ask for any more than that. Of course, my original fleet had over 800 ships. And most of the wimpier ones got knocked out. I found, like, in the raiding and stuff, also the decoy drones really were doing a good job. Not so much in a fight like this, but, like, whenever we went into a new system, if something was hitting us fairly early, they really take a good bite off that beginning chunk of the battle and just let the combat ships survive a little bit longer. So naturally, now the next thing I've got to do is work on expanding. We have a super hybrid floating around on Europa. I want to take care of that eventually. Obviously, I got to rebuild my fleet, but as soon as that's ready, I definitely want to go on the attack and work on some of those Spire archive systems. We're not going to have a better, interlude between action than we've got right now, and most of the raiding across the galaxy I want to do is now over with. Okay, so Uranus, right here, almost ready, and of course this was the easy part because there was almost nothing left in here. We literally didn't have to do any fighting once we showed up. Now this is the Spire Archive, working on its merry way, and we've already used the knowledge there to unlock Mark III flak turrets and lightning turrets. I don't have them up in the other systems yet. I just wanted to wait to put the turrets up here before I got those, and I don't have sniper turrets up yet in this system because that's the next thing that I'm going to want to unlock. And this thing should take us up to 9,000 in this system, so it's at 5, per second. It's going to take quite a while to get there, but it will do that eventually. I've got a shield over it, and I sort of want to be careful here because I've got the fleet in here defending it so that I could put my command station, military type, at the edge of the system for when attacks come in. But if I lose this Spire Archive, I'm basically going to lose the game. It's 80 AI progress, and that I don't need. It'll self-destruct by itself once it finishes its work. So I need to make sure I keep that intact. But I did think it was time to try to go into Neptune. I basically am just going to try the same method I've done before, waltz in there with most of the ships in the assault transports. I've taken a look at the layout, so I've got a plan. And I also have a scout in there. The Mark IV scout went in. Hybrid's still floating around various places. I actually ran into it and damaged it halfway, but it ran away. It was in Rhea, the system with a gravity drill, and it was moving faster than we were. Okay, so in here, they've got an arachnid post out here. They've got a fortress right in the middle of the system, and of course, they've got powerful stuff all over the place. But job one is over here. That's the orbital mass driver, and it just so happens that we're just out of the range of that and that. So I want to pop over here this way, knock that out, and then sort of reverse my field around the outside and try to outrun the stuff that they're going to spawn. Now, you also take a look at this. They're going to spawn some ships they're going to send at me, and I'm sure anything Special Forces is going to come. So I just want to see how much damage I can do with this and if it's a sustainable option. There's the first shot. And let's not let it get off too many more. Let's knock out that mass driver. You can see they've got Warbird, Starship. They've got all kinds of fun things. Come on. Okay, there we go. Now, I want to escape this way. Just run, and get out of the way of everything. And let them all chase us. Might as well take out that core warhead interceptor. I don't need to. But, it doesn't hurt. We don't get any AI progress from that or anything. And of course, here comes the spawns. And I just want to wait here for now. As soon as we start shooting at them. There we go. Let's move away. And since I think we actually have enough speed here to really limit the amount they can shoot at us. And then just gradually, work our way around some of our longer range stuff. Just going to pick them off. I really like this way of doing things, and frankly, I may do this in the future even without the championships. Like load up a bunch of fleet ships and assault transports, because that way you avoid the attrition. Oh boy, here comes a bunch of raptors. That'll be fun. And then here comes the wave, the core raid engine wave from the homeworld. So yeah, let's keep moving. But I'm just trying to gradually take out stuff around the edge of the system and thin out their numbers. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, more frigates. Let's. Now we're not going to be able to outrange them, but we can outrange most of the other stuff. Okay, here come. Yeah, let's get rid of that. That's a missile turret. Missile guard post. And then the ion cannon in case we have any of our assault transports get blown up. Okay, now where are we at? And I kind of like this situation. We've actually only lost about 25 of this, which sounds like a lot, but 20 starships. You see, we don't even have a reprisal wave yet. This is going remarkably well, and I think Oh, yeah. Here come... Yeah, let's get out of here. And I want to go this way because I don't want to get stuck over there by that arachnid. I don't want them to be able to push me that way. But this is going to be a little more painful. And I think I want to gradually work my way now around. There goes the good. Okay, yeah, there's more fun stuff coming in here. Let's go this way. Let's just keep running. Let's escape and come back in. And you could bet you can see the champion's almost dead. I don't want to let that die. So yeah, I think it's time to get out. We will return. But I think that was a very profitable endeavor. Now, if we look over here, of course, we have some replacement ships in here already. And we'll just group up. So I think if I do that a couple times, I should be okay. Because if we look at what we've done, we've cleaned out a few things in here. So they're already going to be getting less spawns in this system. They've got some shadow frigates and, you know, some fun things that we'll have to deal with coming back in. But the arachnids, the only super dangerous thing. And once I clear out everything else, I can send fleet ships after that now. Because I don't have the ion cannon anymore. So I've dealt this core world a significant blow already. And I'm pretty happy with that. Alright, so here we are popping back in. And it looks like there's less in here than there was before. Maybe they went off somewhere else. Let's wander our way around and see what happens. And of course we want to stay out of range of that lovely thing. And they don't have as much strategic reserve to deploy, I don't think. But yeah, they're still sending some out at us. And we're going to get, you know, the core raid from the core world. And they've got hidden raptors. Not that many though. There's only 7 cloaked ships in here. So yeah, let's just wait over here and clear out the rest of this. At a safe, relatively safe location. We've got the super hybrid thing on Odysseus, but I don't care about that right now. Right now I'm a lot more concerned about these. Okay, these are frigates. Let's go ahead and take them out. Yeah, and let's just move. Because we're going to have all of that going. So I just want to try to remain relatively safe. I've lost a total of 3 ships on this run, while eliminating a lot more than that. So this is working spectacularly well for me. I've just got to be patient. Oh, those are snipers and high mark ones. Let's get rid of those. I may be able to finish off this system in this little, you know, sortie, which would be great. And yeah, let's get in here. Let's eliminate that wonderful... Yeah, it's just going to keep spawning drones at us. Let's just kill it. There we go. A couple more ships down, nothing big, and a bunch of auto bombs coming in. And of course, the more of that stuff that they send at us, as long as it's not in a huge force to overwhelm us, helps us out later. Start to use these auto bombs, and as long as you've got a sufficient defensive force, auto bombs don't scare me. Let's crank out that zenith. There we go, and here comes some more. So we're bleeding off a bunch of their special forces here is what we're doing. And I'm fine with that. Yeah, I think that, you know, again, we got the speed to basically outrun those Zenith Shadow Frigates, so we can engage them at limited risk. There we go, several more of them down. So we're really starting to be effective in clearing them out. Problem is, I don't like you being there, Mr. Sniper. I don't like that at all. We're gonna possibly... There we go. We have the range to take it out without running into that fortress. So I think maybe now we can work our way around here, take out some of these other guard posts. Or maybe not. This will eventually, like, there'll be a limit on how much they can send. The question is, you know, how long do we have to hang out here and wait for it? Now, they're hitting me with another sniper, I think. So if I have to come back in here, I'm definitely... Whoa, hold on just a second. Yeah, those are a whole bunch of them. Okay. We're leaving until I get some anti-sniper coverage in. So I won't finish it up this time. But I'm going to bring scout starships with me next time. And then we might be able to wrap this wonderful soiree up. And once more with scouts, here we are. Now, they did take out enough, even though we had just been in here a short time with those snipers, that I had to rebuild a fair number of the champion support ships. But we ran out of metal, then they dumped a big reprisal on us, almost 700 parasites to Pretoria, which gave me plenty of metal to rebuild, so it was sort of a circle in terms of how that went. And we're going to be getting more visitors in here soon, it looks like, with that core raid wave. Let's go take out all of these fun guys. There we go. Now they're going to throw a few auto bombs at us, but they don't have much left in that strategic reserve 70%. Scouted ships, they've got 30 of them, 18 of them, not that many left. Let's keep moving. I'll let them stay a little bit too close there. And Mark V core starship, how fun. We've got some snipers here, but they're not going to be able to do anything. Let's get rid of them and get rid of this shadow frigate. There we go. Haven't lost that much. A few more trickling in. Let's try to see if we can get around here and... Okay, there's a bunch more. Yeah, this is... Okay. We're probably not ready to go out there and take over the guard post just yet. Well, look at this. Over 1,000 ships. Oh my. Okay, hold on just a minute. We got a whole bunch of riot control coming in. 261 polarizers. That's not too bad. 311 parasites. 250 some Zenith reprocessors. 600 bombers. Where are their riot control? Yeah, 36 at the moment. I think it's about time for us to head back. We're going to need a new plan to deal with this. And yeah, we're going to take a hit, but where's my outpost? There's only so many of us that we can destroy before we get through the wormhole. And overall we lost about 25, so that's not too bad. But I think what I'm going to want to do is try to beachhead in there quickly before they can send in reinforcements. I think that's probably the goal. Just to get rid of... I need to get rid of the rest of their wonderful guard posts in there so they aren't constantly reinforcing with high-marked ships. That's my objective at the moment. Well, things don't always go according to plan. As I was preparing to get the beachhead set up in Neptune, and hopefully finish that whole process off, the next CPA was announced. A little over 1,800 ships. So I said, alright, got some time, I've got a little bit of metal, I'll upgrade all my turrets. Didn't quite have enough metal to do that. We're still finishing them up now, which creates another problem. Because, well, that and my forgetfulness, because I'd put up anti-sniper turrets in most of my systems. But not in Pretoria. And, of course, their attack fleet for the CPA, it all generated in Rhea, and they all headed straight line for Pretoria. Super. So I got a couple sniper turrets working in there, and my fleet coming into Pretoria to try to rescue the situation. And they ran, they ran straight into the ball of, and you can see right over here, these are all snipers. 86 of them. So I'm just trying to get in here at this point. And I've actually knocked out about 30 or 40 of them. They're probably killing more of me than I am of them. And of course, you got the lovely gravity drill in here. And you got this thing behind us. And we've already knocked out some shadow frigates on the way in. And yeah, it's a big mess. But yeah, I mean, look at all this. Oh my goodness, this is their big special forces group, which just so happened to be coming through here. So that's fun. And, oh, I thought they might come through with it. They did not. Where are all these ships going to go? Okay, you're just going to, like, stay there? And you're going to head back the other way? Okay. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen with that? We've got a reprisal coming to Papagena. We got a level 2 reprisal. I'm going to rebuild in Pretoria. That's where I have all the ships going, and try to get the metal back up. That's number 1. And I don't think I lost any of the transports, so that's a thing. But I lost almost everything else. Almost everything else is dead. So I've just got to hang out over here and look for an opportunity to counterattack and clear out some of this mess. Because as of right now, we've got almost 400 ships going this way. 2 decent-sized reprisals. We can handle that much, probably, with the turrets. And then this 1,000, wherever that's going to go, we've got our snipers over here. And until I get metal and rebuild, I've got to kind of just rely on my planetary defenses. Meanwhile, of course, over in Neptune, they're just gradually generating more ships, adding more to the special forces, making things even worse long term. But there's only so much you can fix at once. Right now, I got to fix this. Well, they were courteous enough to only send part of their force back here to Papagena, and also depend heavily on snipers. And I had, like, one of the sniper turrets up in this area. I'd forgotten this system as well, and not so much in the other. But regardless, I had, you know, some production going here. So they weren't able to just bombard my core base with the snipers. But then they sent all these fun things, and this is a lot of firepower. And you know what? I decided, sucks to lose my advanced scout, but there are greater crimes in the world, and I think I'm going to lose it here. I'm going to lose this system temporarily. But I'm going to need to do that to recover. Yep, there it goes. Boom, boom, boom. And they're going to blow up everything else here. And I didn't have enough left. So I definitely paid the price. What's the moral of this story? Don't forget key defensive structures, and don't be low on metal when you're facing a massive CPA. It's just not a good idea. I think I will eventually clean up this mess, but it's going to take a while. It was time to have fun with the former 1,000-ship carrier over in Rhea. Now, of course, I had to clean this out before I had any real chance of taking back Papagena. It's not safe to leave here, and I had to wait for the fleet to rebuild and all that, but I think we're in position now. Got the scouts to get rid of any counter sniper deal that they need to do, and there's quite a few of them in here, so they're very much necessary. It's time to start running away now. So we might have waited a little bit too long, but regardless, we're chewing through them pretty good. Bit by bit. And this is just a planet that absolutely sucks to fight them in because of the, where is it? Yep, planetary armor inhibitor. So we're just gonna take a lot more damage than we would otherwise, but there's no other way to do it. And that's, in that sense, not in the sense of attacking our planets, but in that sense, it was a very smart place for their CPA to hide out. So we've lost quite a bit here, but now that's all gone, and I should be able to come down here, wipe out these snipers. Ugh. Stay together. And then we should theoretically be okay. Threat down to 400 and some. We've got some waves coming in. We'll get a reprisal from our activities in here. But I think the worst is definitely over. And so here we are in Uranus again. We've come full circle, ready to try to do the beachhead in Neptune and finish that up. I hope. 2 hours after we started that whole fun process. I did a couple more raids, got some more reprisal waves. The cycle of the galaxy continues. I don't think I'm going to lose that Mark IV Scout, so what I lost in Papagena mostly was just time. And time that I possibly couldn't afford to lose. Because I don't think I'm going to need the Mark IV factory, advanced factory for anything else. But I do need to not continue to have the Exo-Waves build up and up and the CPAs build up and up any more than is necessary. So, some definite mistakes. Cost me some. But we're going to try to keep moving forward. And they haven't even announced the next Exo-Wave. So in theory, I've got some time to work here. I just cleared out the most recent super hybrid. Potentially might be able to make more progress forward. So the push into Neptune will continue, but that'll be coming up next time. Till then, thanks for watching, everybody. More AI war will continue.